Good morning and welcome to your 30-minute practice. Starting in a comfortable seat, cross-legged. Spine is long, reaching out the crown of your head, and tuck your chin slightly. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Hands rest on the sides. Option to close your eyes and breathe. Taking a deep breath in together. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And coming to your natural breathing rhythm. Noticing how the breath feels in your body. Maybe noticing some areas of tension or tightness if you've just woken up. And just noticing those areas. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, go ahead and do so now. And taking a few deep breaths together. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, pull your belly to your spine. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, expand. Exhale, belly to spine. Inhale, expand. And exhale, belly to spine. Inhale, expand the belly. Lift the chest, lift the ribs, taking the deepest breath you've taken all day, all morning. Pausing at the top of your breath. And exhale, chest falls, ribs pull in, and belly pulls in. Flutter your eyes open if you have them closed. Inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, drop the left hand, leaning to the left. Both sit bones stay down on the ground. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, draw them down and back. And stretching out the right side here, warming up the spine in all 6 directions. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, take the other side. It's important to warm up our bodies before we start moving, especially the spine. Maybe spinning the left shoulder back a little bit, keeping the chest facing forward. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand on your left knee, left hand behind your back. Lengthen your spine, engage your core. Exhale, twist gently. Keeping the spine long and even between your hips. Not shifting your weight all into the left hip here. And gently unwind. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand on your right knee. Right hand behind your back, supporting your spine long and strong. and twist. And gently unwind. Make your way into tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under your hips. Untuck your toes. Engage your core, pulling the belly in. Spread the fingers wide. On your next inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale around your spine, tuck the chin, pull the belly in and up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rounding your spine. Moving through a few more rounds of cat-cow, following your own breath. Moving at your own pace. And take one more round here. And come back to neutral. Engage the core, tuck the toes. Lift the hips back and up into downward dog. Spread the fingers wide. Weight is even between the hands and the feet. Maybe keep a slight bend in your knees. Lift the hips up higher, lengthening out the spine. And start to bend one knee at a time, walking out your dog. Push the opposite heel down towards the mat. And push both heels down. On your inhale, curl forward into plank. Engage the core. Puff through the back. Come all the way to plank. And exhale, push your hips back and up, downward dog. Relax your neck. Inhale, curl forward. Plank. Exhale, downward dog. You can also do this on hands and knees, moving between tabletop and low plank. Inhale forward. Exhale, push back, downward dog. Inhale forward. And exhale, push back. And drop the knees. Sit back into child's pose. Let the forehead rest on the mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Coming back into the tabletop, make your way into downward dog. Start to walk your hands towards your feet, coming to standing at the back of your mat. Or sorry, forward fold at the back of your mat, not standing. Bend your knees so your belly rests on your thighs, and relax your head and your shoulders. From here, start to lift the hips up, straightening out the legs just as much as you can. When we start with bent knees, then try to straighten our legs. We're focusing the stretch in the muscle belly versus the insertions. This also puts less stress on the low back. If you're having stress in the low back, just bend the knees a little bit more. Relax your head. Bend the knees. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Come all the way to standing. Head comes up last. Shoulders roll up, back and down. Into mountain pose. Walk to the top of your mat. Feet are about hip width apart. Engage your thighs, lifting the kneecaps. Engage your core and roll your shoulders back and down. Palms face forward. Inhale, lift the hands up overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins. Long spine, engage the core. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back into plank. Option to stay in high plank or drop the knees. Bending the elbows close to your body, come all the way down on your belly. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, push through tabletop to downward dog. And take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale, look towards your hands. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach up, come to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, stepping back into your version of plank. And lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest, push the feet into the mat. Exhale, downward dog. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale, look to your hands, step to the top of the mat. And hold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, come to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your hands, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Inhale, look to your hands. Step to the top of the mat. And fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, come standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your hands, mountain pose. And turn to face you. And we're going to ground through our left foot. Pick the toes up, spread them apart, and put them back down. Hands onto your hips, lift the right knee up. Spin it open to the side. Bring the sole of the foot to either the ankle, the calf, or the thigh, avoiding the knee joint. Check in with your hips, maybe dropping the right hip a little bit. Hips are even. When you're ready, hands come to heart center. Pushing the palms together, creating some resistance. Feeling the shoulders activate. And push your foot into your leg back into your foot. Feeling all the little wobblies in your standing leg, working to keep you upright. Maybe reaching your arms up overhead, taking your expression of tree pose. And bring your hands down onto your hips. Bring the knee forward. And turn this way. And kick the foot up towards your bum. Grab onto the foot with the right hand or with both hands. Stretching out the quad. And from here, we're going to try to release our hands, keeping your foot exactly where it is, engaging the hamstring. This is more of an active stretch. Keep your foot as high as you can, and release down. Release your hands. Mountain pose. And take a breath in. And exhale. Grounding through the right foot, pick up the toes. Spread them apart and slowly put them back down. Hands come to hips, taking tree on the other side. Bring your left knee up and open. Check in with your hips. Engage your core and lift your waist up out of your hips. Hands come to heart center. And breathe. If you fall out of your tree, just smile and come back into the pose. It just means you're working at your edge. You're challenging yourself. Bring your arms overhead. Our balance changes every single day, even from side to side. So just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Release your hands down. Kick your knee towards your bum, keeping the knees close. Grab onto the foot, stretching out the thigh, the quad muscles. Keeping the core engaged here, pelvis is slightly tucked under. Avoiding having a big scoop in your low back. And slowly release your foot, keeping it where it is. Engaging the hamstring muscle on the left side. Breathing here, hold it as high as you can. And release the foot. Release your arms into mountain pose. And bring the feet together, big toes touch, slight space between your heels. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, sit down and back into chair pose. Look down, you should be able to see your big toes. Draw the belly in and lift the chest. Take any arm variation you like. You can bring them straight out in front of you or to heart center. And breathe, maybe sitting a little bit deeper here, challenging yourself. Your body is strong, it can handle it. Last inhale. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs, hands come to the mat. Release your head. And start to heel toe your feet wide, about mat width apart. Now sit the hips down, taking Malasana, squat. So you could keep the hips high, you can bring the feet wider, they can point out on an angle. Or you can drop the hips way down, whichever is more comfortable for you. Inhale, push the chest open and up, lengthening out your spine. Hands can come to heart center. Opening up the hips here. Maybe swaying gently side to side in your hips. Or you can stay in stillness. And bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten the legs, lift the hips. And heel toe your feet back together. Bend the knees, plant the hands, and make your way into downward dog. You can take a flow here through chaturanga if you like, or push just back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the knee to the right wrist, setting up for pigeon. Left leg extends straight behind you. You can turn around, take a peek. Make sure it's straight, coming right out of the hip socket. Keep your right foot flexed. Just protects your knee joint, maybe pushing the outer edge of the right foot into the mat. And then, if you like, you can start to walk your hands forward, folding over the leg. Let your head rest somewhere, either on your hands or the mat. Imagine your right hip is moving back and space your left hip forward. Maybe feeling an increase in the stretch here when you do this. And breathing through the discomfort. If this is too much, you can always take figure 4 on your back. And start to walk yourself back up, plant the hands, tuck the back toe, and make your way into downward dog. Taking any movement that you like here, maybe swiveling the hips, bending the knees. Inhale, lift the left leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left wrist, setting up for pigeon on the other side. Flexing the left foot, push the outer edge into the mat. When you're ready, walk your arms forward, folding over the leg. Maybe start to try and slow down your breath, taking a little bit longer inhales and a little bit longer exhales. Imagine your left hip moving back, right hip moving forward. And start to walk your hands back up. Tuck the toes, come to downward dog. Option to move through flow here to plank, cobra, and back to downward dog. Or you can stay here in downward dog. And drop the knees down. Bring the legs in front of you. Send the legs long. Find your sit bones on the mat. Toes point up. Inhale, reach up. Long spine, engage your core. Exhale, hinging from the hips, start to fold forward. Hands come to the mat, your shins or around your feet. Gaze comes down towards your knees. Relaxing your shoulders. Relax your jaw. And start to walk yourself back up. Bring your hands behind you. Fingers point towards or away. Point the toes, lift the hips for inclined plane. Just take 3 breaths here. And drop the hips, rolling onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Rocking gently side to side. And drop your knees over to the left. Arms come out in a T position. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Maybe looking towards your right hand. And switch sides, drop the knees over to the right. Gaze can come to your left hand. Option to close your eyes. Bringing this energy that we have created with you through your day. And bring the knees through center. Soles of the feet come together. Drop the legs down. Knees fall out wide. And tuck your shoulder blades underneath of you a little further. One hand comes to your belly, one hand to your heart. Recline butterfly. Feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe. Noticing if any of that tension has been released. If you're still holding on to something, just ask your body to release it. Option to extend the legs and the arms for Shavasana. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. If you're ready to move and start your day, take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Bring the legs together, take a long body stretch. And exhale, bring the knees into the chest, rolling over onto one side, into fetal position. Use the bottom arm as a pillow. When you're ready, make your way up into a comfortable seat. And sit cross-legged. Sitting tall, long spine, tuck the chin slightly. Hands come to heart center. And take a deep breath in together. And exhale. May the universe be filled with love, peace, and joy. Thank you.